will play it over to that far sideline. North Broward with it now in the midfield still. Taken away, though, by De Leonardis and Cardinal Gibbons. And now it is Eddie Reyna is just going to let it go all the way through. And throw in for Eddie Reyna and North Broward. Von Osen now still with it in the back. Now trying to find the Semantis, and he's able to. Now it's Finasco who has it. He's challenged, and he gives it over to Jeremiah Edward on the left-hand side. Edward makes one miss. Now gets onto the right foot. This Edward gets around a couple. Now over all the way over the far side. Played over to that far sideline now. And single-handed work from Edward to keep the play alive. Now cross towards the middle towards Finasco, but it's headed away by a Cardinal Gibbon chief. North Broward still not done with it on the attack. But now it looks like Cardinal Gibbons is able to control it, and they do as Useche gives it over. So it looks like that is Catapano. No, sorry, check that that's Manuel Vera. Vera with it on the left-hand side. Now trying to play it up along that far sideline, but the Cardinal Gibbons player was off sides. So with about 5 minutes to go before the second half water break, we are still scoreless, and North Broward player is down. Gets up under his own power, but looks like he's going to limp off towards the sidelines. George? Yeah. It's George Politis who comes off. It looks to be grabbing his knee. That's most certainly not a good sign for North Broward. Now played over to the near sideline towards the bottom of your screen for Eddie Reyna. Now over to Jeremiah Edward in the midfield. Edward gets around one and now tries to play it for Espinoza. And he's able to. Now the ball goes back into the North Broward back for Reyna with it. Now Edward, he's pursued by two Chiefs. Edward gets around both of them and is able to put it towards the midfield. Now Edward gets it back in the middle. As Vismantis lets it go to Reyna, but a shot on goal is saved by Sebastian Yanez. Eddie Reyna ended up with a final opportunity, and they put it right on net, but Sebastian Yanez was there to answer the call. So we remain scoreless here. Vismantis over to Edward, and North Broward will play it toward the back four, now switching fields over to the far side. Nice. North Broward still with it, gets around two defenders. Edward, check that, North Broward still with it. And now it's going to be a throw-in for Cardinal Gibbons as it goes out of touch. So Cardinal Gibbons will have a throw-in in their defending third as we reach 17 minutes into the second half, about 23 to go. And that ball is cleared all the way down. Nice play from North Broward Prep. Looked like that was Evan Von Osen who was able to head the ball away out of danger. Now it's Cardinal Gibbons, though, who has it. Being pressured by Javier Garcia. And now Vanasco. But able to be played over to the far side for Jonathan Kiss. Looking to go 1-2 with Kiss, but now it's Edward. And giving it up to Vanasco on the left-hand side. Vanasco with it, gets around one. Now trying to play it towards the middle, is going to end up with a North Broward corner, the fourth of the night for the Eagles. Looks like 7 or 8 North Broward players in and around the box area. But we will see what Danny Espinoza can do with this one. Espinoza plays it near post, but it's going to wind up with another corner. Cardinal Gibbons is not happy with it. And they're going to change the call and rule a goal kick. From first look, it looked like a North Broward corner, but the officials changed their previous decision. It's going to be a goal kick. But in a minute and a half left in the second half of play before the water break. And we'll have another 20 minutes after that. So Griffin Serra to take the goal kick, and he does, and it's to midfield. Espinoza, now Edward, and Espinoza once again. Plays it back to Edward on the near sideline. Now played towards the middle of the field for Javier Garcia, over to the far sideline. And over to the right-hand side for North Broward. Trying to get around the defender, but he cannot. It's going to be another goal kick.
It should be, yeah.
And it will be Sarah who will take it again eventually.
Yeah.
And here comes Sarah's goal kick. Chris Manasco can't quite handle it on the header. North Broward still has it on the attack, though. But Edward and his North Broward teammate were not on the same page. That was Javier Garcia who was going with Edward. But Jonathan Kiss has it on the right-hand side. Tempted to be turned by Forte, but it's going to be a throw-in coming for North Broward. We have reached the 20-minute mark, so the next stoppage of play while in field will result in a water break. Evan Von Osen trying to challenge towards the top of the field. He can. Edward now with it. Gets around one, tries to get around a second, but he cannot. Samuel Perez takes the ball away from him. Von Osen, though, still with it. Von Osen with it still, and a nice play from Von Osen to get the ball to Danny Espinoza. Espinoza still with it on the left-hand side. Espinoza trying to get around two defenders. He cannot, though. It's going to be a throw-in coming for North Broward, as they remain in the attack in third. North Broward has had the better of play in the second half as they continue to try to get the first goal of this game. It would have been a scoreless affair so far for 60 minutes from Tom Marcy Field. Dalton Montiel trying to turn for Cardinal Gibbons, and he does, and they're in the midfield. Trying to go on the counter-attack, but North Broward prep with a nice play to stifle it. Chris Manasco with attempting to switch fields, but he quite cannot. Caleb Feeler was there for Cardinal Gibbons. Cardinal Gibbons is still there. Still with it. It's Cardinal Gibbons, but nice play from North Broward Prep to take it away on the tackle. It's going to roll out of bounds. Oh, no, it's going to stay in bounds on that far sideline. Now it goes out of bounds. Throw-in coming for whoever it will be for. It will be after this water break is up. We got a very exciting last 18 and a half minutes for you. Who will break the tie, if anyone will? We'll be right back on Brainwash Sports Twitch TV, the home of the North Broward Eagles. Welcome back to Tom Marcy Field. As we come out of the water break, it is a Cardinal Gibbons throw-in. We've got about 18 and a half minutes or so for someone to break this scoreless tie. If nobody does, we will end it right then and there with a tie. We will not go into overtime or penalty kick shootout. Those are reserved for district and regional tournament only, as Cardinal Gibbons gets a header on it after the nice cross into the middle, but Zach Newman just watches it go wide of his goal. Not a problem for him. Newman waiting on receiving a ball, and now he finally does to take it to the goal kick. Under 18 minutes to go now. North Broward has had the better of play in this game. I would estimate they hit 2 crossbars. And Danny Espinoza had a number of good opportunities, as had North Broward on the corner kick especially. They've had 4 corners nearly. All of them have resulted in scoring opportunities. So we will see if someone will have a bit of individual magic or if it will be a team effort and break this scoreless tie. Just a reminder, this is the second leg of a boys-girls North Broward Cardinal Gibbons doubleheader. Cardinal Gibbons won that one 6-0. No such blowout here. We are scoreless with about 16, 17 minutes to go. As Jeremiah Edward will not receive it. It will be Danny Espinoza. As Reina plays it towards the middle, but only in the midfield, as the bounce fools both Caleb Fiedler and the North Broward player. And it's going to end up in the arms of Zach Newman, the North Broward goalkeeper, over to Eddie Reina. And now Jeremiah Edward. Edward with it, towards the middle of the field, but taken away by Cardinal Gibbons. Nice sliding tackle from Eddie Reina, completely clean. It was all ball. So now he decides to switch fields over to the right-hand side. Will it stay in bounds? It will, and Cardinal Gibbons will have to just kick it out, so it's going to be a throw-in for North Broward Prep.
I haven't been. I haven't gone to this school for 4 years, though.
Throw-in coming from North Broward Prep. And it's going to end up being a corner kick for North Broward, the 5th of the night, as it deflects off of a Cardinal Gibbons player. So corner kick number 5 for the Eagles. Let's see what they can make of it. It's the correct side for Danny Espinoza to whip one in on the 6-yard box line with his left foot. And here comes Espinoza. Looking to find one, but it just goes across the 6-yard box, excuse me. Didn't look like anybody got a hand on it, or a head on it, excuse me. So it's going to be a throw-in coming for Cardinal Gibbons. About 15 minutes to go, and that could have been the bit that North Broward needed. The Cardinal Gibbons throw-in is going to result in another one for the Chiefs after it went off of a North Broward head. Looks like that was Vanasco. Deflects off of a couple players, ends up at Jeremiah Edward and now Chris Vanasco's feet, but played along to Montiel and Vera for the Chiefs. Reina now with it. Trying to go to the far side for North Broward, but it's going to end up with Sebastian Yanez having it. And Yanez will get it away for the Chiefs. But Liam Olarte has some trouble with it, so it's going to end up in the North Broward defending third, and the Eagles will just have to clear it to touch, and so it will be Cardinal Gibbons who has the throw now, in their attacking third. It's going to be a free kick now, though, for North Broward, for Cardinal Gibbons on the far side. Apologize for the poor camera work once again. And this is an opportunity now for Cardinal Gibbons to take the lead on a set piece. Cardinal Gibbons now to take the set piece. Looks like it's going to be Griffin Serra, the junior defender. And here comes the free kick, but Edwards able to get out of danger, but only briefly. Cardinal Gibbons still has it, shot on net, but Zach Newman is able to get it, no problem. Newman punts it, and Vanasco gets a head on it, but it goes out of bounds. So throw-in coming for Jonathan Kiss and Cardinal Gibbons. Espinoza